else. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
You lose a bunch of games now, the monkey's on your back, you know, and so we got to try to figure out how to win one and then go from there.
He needs to start throwing chairs or something during the game.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
And welcome into Hog Reaction following Arkansas' 65-62 loss over the Oklahoma Sooners. I say over, under the Oklahoma Sooners. And Matt Jones, first time you get a crack at these guys in the SEC. I know you've gotten to play them in Tulsa the last few years and came up just short tonight, man.
Man, Ty, good to be here. Good to be here with you today. Yeah, man, it was tough because I thought we played extremely hard. I thought we gave 100% effort the entire game, and that was a tough one.
Yeah, they just can't shoot. And I know we've had to come on these airwaves and say that following now 6 conference games, but it is just the hindrance over and over and over again. What these guys are dealing with. And I say 6, 7 now conference games following this loss to Oklahoma tonight. The phone lines are open throughout the show, 877-377-6963. Again, that's 877-377-6963. Matt, I know you like to take notes. What you jot down tonight, man?
Well, we had a couple times where our defense, I didn't know where it was. We were standing around a little bit. That was in the first half. I thought Knox played really well. He had a couple pluses. Couple pluses for Janelle Davis on defense, man. Just all over the map. He shoots too much for me, but you know who else do we got to shoot it? I thought Big Z was big at times. Lot of hustle plays, man. I thought the Hogs played tough, and then don't foul the 3-point shooter. It seemed like we fouled back-to-back 3-point shooters. That was tough as well. But overall, man, I thought we gave. I really did thought we gave 100% effort.
Yeah, Big Z had one of those 3-point fouls that you're talking about. John L. Davis, 5 for 16, 3 of 11, just hasn't found a shot. I know Cal still after the game saying I'm still with him and whatnot. You can tell he's getting frustrated, but Matt, at least he's playing defense and rebounding and hustling. I mean, you played with guys before that. I mean, if their shot's not falling, they're not doing anything else. Like, he's not taking a step back on that end. I just know it's irritating for him and the rest of the staff and Cal specifically when you threw up, I would guess, game plan so much your offense around this guy, especially with Boogie out. He just hasn't found a shot.
Yeah, for whatever reason, we're not shooting the ball very well. Got to get more out of number 9. He was I don't know, for whatever reason he didn't play much, didn't really do much. You'd like to get a little more out of him. I like what I see, that the effort and the athletic ability out of Billy Richmond. I think he'll be big time next year, and I think Carter Knox, you're seeing a star in the making. I think him at that 4 spot, I think that's locked down for this year and for next year. I think he's going to be a high-minute guy going forward.
All right, let's take a call in this first segment. Again, it's Hog Reaction, brought to you by our friends at Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Sawyer's Sunrooms. We go to Rogers, Arkansas, and welcome in Dalton. Dalton, you are on Hog Reaction tonight. What are your thoughts?
Yes, Ty, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, what was going on that last play? I know I saw they were trying to get the foul and go to the line like Georgia game, but what did you see in that last play and what you saw?
And it looked just like John L. slipped and threw it, tried to get it off a shot, a half shot, half pass attempt, and and then a dude tried to get it and it fell. Matt, you didn't think that was a foul, did you?
Man, I thought he was kind of out of control. I thought he kind of lost the ball a little bit. It was just a tough play.
Well, the packed crowd, I mean, I feel like we could have gave it a little bit better effort there at the end instead of drawing the foul. I mean, maybe a good little buzzer beater and then not having a dude go to the line or anything like that.
I didn't know if we had another timeout left at that point, but maybe when you see it kind of break down like that, can Coach Cal, call a timeout with 3, 4, 5 seconds left, or maybe you can when you see it's a little bit out of control. I don't know, but yeah, you'd like for a better play to be run. I like the play we ran right to come out of to start the second half, a little backdoor cut, and we score on it. That was a nice play.
I mean, John L. if you watch that play, John L. Davis was open. He just kind of slipped, and Cal, we'll get to some Cal audio, Dalton, coming up after the game, but the goal of that play was either get a shot off or find the corner three, and it was kind of wonky just because of really how John L was just like positioned.
I would like the ball in Wagner's hand right there, or our number 3. I'd like Janelle to stay out of the way when it comes to the last 7 seconds of a basketball game, to go stand in the corner, and if we have to, we'll throw it to you. But you would like the ball to be in 3 or 21's hand late in the game.
I guess for me, I'll just say one obnoxious thing. I mean, you got so many annoying Oklahoma fans in that house. You want to leave with a better statement than that.
Yeah, I think
I'll let you guys talk about it and get some smack for it. But thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dalton. 877-377-6963. I know it's frustrating. I've already seen social media posts from my Oklahoma friends tonight following this win for the Sooners. And again, this is your first crack at them at SEC play. I know that you played them in the BOK Center these last few years, but Matt, you're familiar with playing the Sooners, and it hadn't been a conference game ever for the Razorbacks, but it's a little different now. You'll play them in softball in March. You'll play them in other sports like football coming up starting in 2026. This, again, in proximity-wise, Matt Jones, it's the closest campus to the University of Arkansas, Fayetteville to Norman, of any SEC school.
Yeah, Ty, it's tough also because it's on your home court. It's not like we went to Norman. We have to be better. You got to win your home court games, and it's just they're tough enough to win on the road, and you got to find a way to protect your home court. And we just couldn't make the shots down the stretch, and we had to.
Yep. All right, let's take another call. Cecil's dialed in. Cecil, what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, man, that last play shouldn't have been for Davis, man. Davis is not that type of player. He's just not that type of player, man. In crunch time, I mean, I didn't watch the whole game. I'm looking at here. It said he hit 18 points, but he didn't have any assists. I saw some turnovers. At the end, it was like 3 minutes to go or 2.5 minutes to go or a minute and a half to go or something like that. And he went right down there. And Brazile was just going through, and he tried to throw it to him. Brazile wasn't even expecting the ball. But, man, I just don't really like his game, period. He's not a crunch player. You can't throw it to him. He's not a closer. And that ball should have been for, like, Thero or Wagner or something, a play like that. He's not – dude is not like that, man. We should have won that game, man. I mean, I'm in my feelings for real about that, man. I don't know.
Well, Matt said something similar.
We played hard, man, but Davis, and another thing, Brazile, I don't know, man. Brazile's a good player. I don't know why he's not playing enough. He's not getting enough minutes.
Well,
that's just how I feel.
Big Z was more of
Big Z
was getting more of the minutes.
They can play together, Todd.
I'm not saying they can, but they didn't. What Oklahoma was doing, if you watched them, they were running less of 4. They were running more of like 3 and 4 guard sets, and Trevin is his ability to play lateral defense and stay with quicker guys is not his strength, which is what a lot of Oklahoma what they did in the second half. And Cal rolled with. I don't disagree with you. And a lot of times, if you watch those subs, Z and Trev are going at the same time, but I felt like Oklahoma was going smaller at points tonight, and that doesn't favor having 2 big men on the court. I know Trevin's listed at a 4, but he still didn't have the lateral foot speed that I would expect him to have, as athletic as he is at times.
And again, I'm going to say it one more time before I get off. Davis is trash. That's just how I feel. He is trash. We ain't going to win nothing with him, because he's not that type of player. He wasn't in the SEC. He come from another league, man. He is not that type of player. You can't count. The man shot 1,000,000 times in the Georgia game and didn't hit nothing.
See,
then he got too many. He hit 18 a day.
So you think
what I saw? I didn't see him hit 18.
You think it's just because he's not used to the SEC?
Ball over.
Well, he had one turnover. He didn't have a bunch of them.
No,
he had one. But
he can't dribble. He has 0 assists. He can't dribble. He cannot dribble. He's just not. He's not that, man. I mean, he need to catch the bus, man, after this season's over, man. If we're gonna spend some money on some players, let's get some players that's gonna produce, man. The numbers speak for themselves. Okay, he hit 18 points, but what have he done all season? Come on now.
I don't disagree
Come on, Ty.
from the standpoint of that. I think again, some guys can adjust. If you look at a lot of transfer players in this league, not all of them came from Power 5, Power 6 schools. A lot of them came for a lot lesser and still found success. I mean, the best player in the SEC
Yeah, and I
last year.
understand that, but
Let me finish.
It's a-
So what I'm
yeah.
saying is I don't disagree with your assessment of John L. because again he hasn't shot the ball well. But what I will say about him, and I said this earlier with Matt before you came on, is he's not giving up on defense. He's still rebounding. You mentioned his assist total, which was nothing tonight. That's never been his strength.
0.
But he's at least playing hard on the other end. It would be one thing if he couldn't throw in the ocean and he didn't give you anything. But that's at least something you can be like, all right, this kid's, while he can't hit the broadside of a barn, he is at least trying on the other end, especially with their depth as bad as it is. And I got scared. I don't know if you guys did, but I got a little scared tonight when I saw Carter Knox go down. I saw Big Z holding his shoulder.
Right.
I saw Nelly shake off the ankle. I mean, these guys are battling. They just, again, Matt, we keep saying, and Cecil, appreciate the call. We keep saying the same thing. These guys can't shoot. Like, I don't know how you play college basketball in 2025 without the ability to shoot the basketball. I really don't.
Yeah, this team, they shot the ball better from three-point land tonight. This might be one of their better shooting. And then we shot free throws well too. Yeah, it's just for whatever reason it's not working.
All right, let's take a short break. Again, Hog Reaction, if you want to jump in, 877-377-6963. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer Sunroofs, and Buffington Homes. More Hog Reaction coming at you next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyer's has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyer's and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyer's, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
We all plan to be on time, but fender bend, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith. At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on January 30th through February 2nd at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, January 30th through February 2nd. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. Call or text the show at 866-285-4005. This is Hog Reaction.
At the end, there's got to be great execution. You can't have to go call another timeout because a guy bumped into a guy when that just can't.
Unfortunately, did not execute down the stretch of that game as Arkansas falls 65-62 at home in Bud Walton Arena to the Oklahoma Sooners. Keeping the calls going here on Hog Reaction, myself, Matt Jones, and Alan, who's in Bentonville. Alan, your thoughts on the game tonight, man?
Yeah, this is Big Al from Bentonville. I know we keep talking about effort, Ty, but let's be honest. We're paying these boys, and we got a timeout left, and there's 30 seconds left. We got the ball, and we act like we don't know what to do. And it's been multiple times this season, and it acts like we don't know situational basketball, and I just wonder, where's our money going? I mean, what are we doing out there, Ty? And I'd love to hear you and Matt's thoughts, and I know effort's a big thing, and we should be proud of it, but there's no result. All right, we're 1-5 in the SEC. We're losing to some bottom feeders. Let's be honest. I mean, that last team we just played tonight looked like complete trash. And I am just very upset, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I don't know where the state of Hog sports is going.
Well, Alan, I think you have a right to be upset. Now, Tommy made an interesting point on the show this week. It's technically not our money. Alan, I don't think you contributed. Maybe you did. I didn't, personally, just to be personally honest. And so when we say our money, I do find that interesting. Tommy, thought that was a good point out, but Matt, he's right. I mean, if you supposedly have the highest paid NIL roster, one of the top 3 or top 5, whatever the case may be, it's not really about effort. It's about wins. And this team's not going to the tournament. They are going to be one of the bottom feeders in the SEC and something changes. So I get where Allen's coming from tonight.
Yeah, Oklahoma, they're not really that good of a team. It comes to about evaluating talent, and we missed on some guys. That goes to Coach Cal, and that goes to his staff, and they're the ones that are out there evaluating talent to try to bring in the right guys. And clearly, we brought in some guys that aren't good enough to play SEC basketball, but this is what we got, and so they're going to keep fighting, and I do applaud their effort, and we got a couple good pieces. I think Carter Knox is an all-conference type of player in the making. He's just a baby. I do like what Nelly gives us on defense. It's just quit shooting and don't put the ball in his hands late in the game. I don't know why you don't have Thiero, Adu, or Wagner. Those are your two guys late in the game situation. So, yeah, we let that one get away. How about that? I really think that's kind of what we let that one slip away.
So,
yeah, Matt, and I understand where you're coming from, and you had a lot of effort back in your day. I'm a Northside Grizzly boy myself, and I love you.
It hurts, though. I want it kills me.
You also produce some results here, and we are paying these boys. And I just don't know when we have 30 seconds and we call a timeout and then it acts like, oh, we don't know what to do, and then we're holding the ball for 30 seconds here and there. It's like we're not running an offense, and it looks just like Muss's offense. We're lost. I don't know what's going on out there.
It does. It looks out of sync at times, and I think they're still trying to find the roles. Allen with Boogie Flan now out for not just the second consecutive game, but according to most reports, it seems like the season. So they're still trying to figure that out. Billy Richmond doesn't look that comfortable to me at the point guard position. So DJ Wagner's having to play a lot of minutes at a position he hasn't played all year. He had 37 minutes of tonight's 40. And not really seeing John L that much on the ball. It's been, from what I've saw, more Billy. So just curious to see how that ends up going for this basketball team, Matt, because if you keep wanting DJ to attack and whatnot, but I feel like he's going to get pretty winded just having to bring the ball up every time. So I'm curious how that affects his ability to dribble, drive, and whatnot.
Man, Wagner's a dog, man. He's probably my favorite player on this team. He had 5 assists tonight. Yeah, 37 minutes. He reminds me of Oklahoma State Marcus Smart. If you remember, Marcus.
Yeah.
He doesn't shoot as well, but Smart would give you everything on the defensive side. He was going to give you 37 minutes a night. He's all big. I think Wagner's in that type of mold. I'm a big fan of his.
877-377-6963. We've heard from Dalton. We've heard from Cecil. We've heard from Allen. And if you want to jump in here after tonight's 3-point loss, you can do so. Again, it's Hog Reaction presented by Buffington Homes. Buffington Homes, helping you build a life you'll love. Online at BuffingtonHomesAR.com. The Stadium Shop on Razorback bought one of my friends a nice polo for the weekend from Robert Elizabeth and their entire team. That's because I love going there. Locally owned and operated, and they have the largest selection of Razorback merchandise south of the North Pole. It doesn't get any more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Visit shoponrazorback.com. That's SHOPPE on Razorback.com, and by Sawyer's Sunrooms. Sawyer's for everything outside of the house: sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. Visit them online at Sawyers-Sunrooms.com. Matt, did you get a chance, in addition to the Arkansas game, were you watching the Auburn and Tennessee game? Did you take in any other SEC action? Texas ended up beating Texas A&M close to a buzzer beater. There's some good SEC games on today, man.
Man, that Auburn team, they get their stud horse back. That's how they run everything through it, and then being able to rotate like they do. That's a tough out. I bet they don't lose a game at home all year. At Bama, you look again, every home team won except for South Carolina and Arkansas, the two worst teams in the SEC. Everybody else protected their home court. The two teams that don't know what they're doing took an L.
Yeah. Auburn got a 2-point victory over the Vols tonight. That was a really good game. Vols a low-scoring affair. It was back and forth all night. Alabama, like Matt said, took care of business at home. It was closer than I thought. They only beat LSU by 7. Missouri beat Ole Miss by 8. Florida dominated Georgia by 30. How about Vanderbilt beating Kentucky today? Vanderbilt's a spicier team, Matt, than I expected. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Arkansas, where the win's going to come? You can't. The Oklahoma comes in, you let one slip away. They don't get any easier than that. I mean, that's as soft of a team that you'll have coming into Bud Walton this year, and you let one slip away.
Matt, from what you've watched, I know we've talked about this a little bit. Auburn, who else would you put in that SEC category that could win a national championship?
Ooh, I like Florida's athletic ability. That's for sure. I think Tennessee and Bama. If that would be the 4 that I would go with, if I had to, if I had to make a pick, Auburn, of course, Bama, Florida. Their athletic ability. I just don't know. I feel like they would mess it up. They'd be like the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. they'd find a way to mess. So maybe Auburn, Tennessee, Bama. Those 3 I think would be the strongest SECs. Who do you got?
Man, I watching Auburn.
I know you like. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm a Mark Sears guy. I love watching that kid. He's got Jalen Brunson written all over him. But the more I watch Auburn, I mean, the only loss they have this season is the one in Cameron Indoor, where they had a lead for a good chunk of that game, and then Duke just kind of took over in that second half. So I would say Auburn, and this is kind of obvious because they're number 1, Auburn at the top. And then I would put Alabama and Tennessee into that category as well. We kind of had the same 3. All right, back to the phone lines again. 877-377-6963. Hog Reaction, who's this?
Hey, this is Scott and Rogers.
Hey, Scott. What are your thoughts on the 3-point loss tonight, man?
Man, what a hard-fought game by our guys tonight. I think that we are just couple plays here and there from obviously getting over the hump. I think that there's obviously some things that have got to be continued to be figured out on offense. It was great to see Nelly score some points tonight. I think we got to see some more out of Adu down low. We just got to get those paints in the point, or the points in the paint, and just kind of let the guards play a little bit looser. I think they've got a lot of pressure on them right now. The more we can get from the front court, I think it's going to really help turn things around. But defense tonight was outstanding. Rebounding was great. We're close. We just got a little bit of ways to go, and hang in there. I think we're going to do it.
Yeah, and Wagner showed a lot of initiative, too.
Yeah.
Wagner looked really good tonight.
Yeah.
We got a double call. Who's the other guy, Scott?
That's J. Mike.
Okay.
Hey, the brother-in-law, we're over here talking shop about the game.
Scott and J. Mike. Guys, how do y'all feel about Lexington next week? They lost, by the way. We just mentioned that. They lost by 5 against Vanderbilt. And as an audience, Matt, how do you feel about going into Lexington? Kentucky's, I'm not going to say reeling a little bit, but they've lost a couple of their last games. I'll start with you, Scott. What are you thinking about Lexington this game at 8 o'clock next weekend?
What's clear in the SEC this year is anybody can beat anybody. You just look at the flow of the game so far, and I'm not writing it off by any means. It's going to be a tough game, but if we can hit some threes, if we can shoot the 3 at about 35%, I like our chances. And if we can get Brazil or Adu in double digits, I think we can stay in that game. I really do.
I know Cecil. By the way, Scott, you and Jay might be safe driving home. Appreciate the call. 877-377-6963. Matt, I know you've been really the biggest Trevin Brazil supporter here in these last few games. He's played well. Didn't get that many minutes tonight when he only logged 17. Kentucky's bigger than Oklahoma. I would expect him to be a pretty big part of next week's game plan against the Wildcats.
He just gets lost too much on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about out of bounds plays, he gets beat every single game, and so I get why you take him out, because it's just one of the things with a coach and a player and this is just my experience, that if you can't figure it out, like if you keep making the same mistake over and over and over, and they keep preaching to you, because you think of Ronnie Brewer up there, you think of that staff, that they know what they're talking about on defense, and I don't understand it either. So, but I get why you take him out a little bit when he gets beat a couple times on D.
Man, I still remember, obviously, I'm looking at Ronnie now as a coach, and I loved watching him when he played in the NBA, Jazz, Bulls, of course, here in Arkansas, that game against Florida. I still remember that fast break that he ran with you, and you got that fast break dunk. Who was that opponent again? I know you know who. Was it State? Is that who it was on that fast break dunk you got?
That was Ronnie. Ronnie's one of the smartest players. That was the Auburn Tigers, I believe.
Okay.
But Ronnie's one of the smartest players, football or basketball, I've ever played with. That's what I'm saying. It's as far as him being a coach, he knows how to play defense.
He knows what he's doing. We got a good thumbs up from Matt Jones. Couple texts here on our video stream, and you can always again text us or call us at 877-377-6963, or get at us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X as well. Zelda fan saying it's either the Slobber and Hog logo or Kenny Payne. That's why we haven't met basic expectation thus far. Well, Kenny Payne, if you remember, beat Arkansas when he was the assistant coach back when Kentucky came and Cal got thrown out and everything else. And everyone said that Slobber and Hog would be the key to success. I did, and it just hadn't been that case. Hopefully next year it will be. We're going to take a break, and we're going to hear from John Calipari when we come back. It's Hog Reaction presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Buffington Homes, and Sawyer Sunrooms.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
We all plan to be on time, but fender bending, damaged windshields, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the Homestead Tax Credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The Homestead Tax Credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker Neuson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker Neuson dealer.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on January 30th through February 2nd at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, January 30th through February 2nd. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know, or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
Davis away with a rebound for Arkansas. Good eye, missed it by a good bit. Hawks in the half court now. Adu, dribble handoff, Knox, step back, left wing, three ball good. Carter Knox picks up right where he left off. Hogs are out to a 5-0 lead, a little over a minute in.
Matt, you got off to a hot start tonight. I'm thinking, all right, Arkansas is going to get it going. And really, if you look at the good chunk of SEC play, I'd say probably 5 out of the 7 conference games, you've actually beat your opponent to start. And then things just kind of got out of track in that first half, and then you got it close towards the end of the half. Dumb foul, got away with 2 missed free throws, went on a few runs here and there in the second half. The fast start, Matt, really hasn't been the issue. Arkansas just hasn't taken advantage of them because they get in these lulls where they just can't make a basket, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was 10-10 at the 12:32 mark, and then at the 10:09 mark, it was 21-13 OU.
Wow.
And then they ended up going up 33-20 for a bit. That was at the 3:46 mark, and then we finished on a 9-0 run. So we did. It was a game of run in the first half. That's for sure. They had a couple. Then we finished on one, and we even had the lead a little bit in the second half. I thought maybe that was kind of a good spot for us being at home.
Yep.
It was a battle. I think it was 54 to 50 at a time, and 57 for them. And then when it was 62 with 2 minutes left, what it comes down to is, you know, who makes the right basketball play, who gets the loose ball, who gets the and one, who hits the open three. And they just made a couple more plays than us tonight.
Yeah, whenever Oklahoma needed to play to make, they were able to counter whatever Arkansas was kind of getting back into, especially in the game. And even late, you have that offensive foul, Matt, and a chance to win, and just the wrong execution. It seems like based on the text, the calls, and Matt and myself, that John L. Davis was not the guy that we necessarily envisioned putting the ball in the hands of. I will say this, thinking about it, Matt, if he gets fouled there, he's a 94%, I think, free throw shooter. So that's maybe why, like, if you want to search for a reason why Cal probably went to him in that situation, he probably thought there was a good chance he was going to get fouled and sit in the line. But again, that's what ended up happening at the end. Some text to filter through tonight here at 11:11 on Hog Reaction. Drew and Fayetteville, they are not a fundamentally sound basketball team. The small things add up. Matt, when you play a team that's incredibly athletic and just over-the-top talented, sometimes those fundamentals, you can kind of gloss over them, but this team has such little room for error that mistakes here and there. It's not like they turned the ball over an insane amount tonight, Matt. They only had 9 turnovers, but it's just mistakes like fouling someone at the end of the half, or you mentioned fouling a 3-point shooter. It's these little things you're like ingrained in your head from grade school don't do that they unfortunately were infractions on the Razorbacks tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Oklahoma was just that much more athletic than us. I thought they made a couple plays when they had to. They definitely they out rebounded us. We're just not I don't think we're a soft team, but we're just not very physical. When Jonas Adu, you talk about Janelle Davis, but we brought in the kid from Tennessee that's 6'9", 245, whatever he is. He doesn't play that way. It's like, well, you got to get more out of your bigs and kind of control them. We're getting beat in the paint way too much.
Yeah, no, they are. We've even got Kentucky fans in our mentions, Matt, saying Calipari is a terrible end-of-game coach. He just got out-coached by coaches with much less talent. And that's the other thing I was thinking about. Matt, when's the last time that Cal's had like this amount of talent like on his roster, where when he goes into games, he doesn't have the most talented team? I mean, it's had to have been a while, I would think, since he's been in this situation. And he hasn't necessarily found how to win consistently. Injuries have piled up for this team for a good chunk of not just conference play, but the rest of the play. I don't know how he counters based on how he's coached all these years versus to what he's having to deal with right now. I don't know if there is a countermeasure that he can switch, pull, fiddle with to help this team all of a sudden turn it on and start winning conference games.
Man, these are the players he brought in. This is who you got. All you can do is get back in there, watch some film, get into the gym, get some shots up, keep trying to get better. There's 11 more games, and then you get one SEC game. It's not like SEC baseball where the last two teams don't get in the tournament, because then maybe we wouldn't get in. But they're going to have to go play one SEC tournament game, so they got 12 more opportunities in this season. That's all that's guaranteed. So you got to try to take advantage of them. It's Oklahoma's not a team that's making the NCAA tournament. You're looking at teams like Georgia's not, LSU's not. Those were our easy games. You're supposed to win those at home. You can't have Oklahoma come in and let one slip away. It's kind of like what Arkansas did with Oklahoma State last year in football. That's a game you look back on. It's like, man, we win that game. How it could have been a little bit different. I think this is one of those games. Hawks should have won this game. We let one slip away.
Man, I completely agree with that. More text to get to. Paul in Fayetteville saying good players, bad team. Tyler texting in from Hackett tonight. Showed some fight, but couldn't get it done. 20 days till opening day for those Omahawks that get going on February the 14th. Matt, this is probably the best text of the night. Hog Wild and Van Buren. This team couldn't score at an Asian massage parlor. Jeez Louise. John and Mount, let's see. John out of the 479. We're going to have to shoot 85% or better from the free throw line to be in any game. I think that stat is very important right now. Matt, honestly, 9 of 27 from the three-point line is better than they've been shooting. I think you take that, honestly, into Lexington. Obviously, if you could shoot better in Lexington next week, you'd like that. But they only got to the line 16 times tonight. I just don't think you can expect 34 free throw attempts like they got against Georgia. Arkansas is going to have to find other ways to score the basketball without getting to the charity stripe.
It might get ugly. What is that, Saturday night?
8 o'clock, Matt Jones. Late game.
So we get a whole week. We don't have a weekday game this week, and then you get a whole week to think about it. That game might get ugly. Kentucky's going to be a little upset. Everybody's going to be a little emotional. I don't know. I don't know what you start thinking about. Okay, what is this Arkansas identity? Well, we can give effort and play defense. So that's what you're going to have to carry over. And is that going to be enough?
Yeah, and you know who they play before Arkansas, Matt? They go to Tennessee. So Razorbacks are definitely the beneficiary of this week off prior to playing Kentucky, because the Wildcats, they can't sleepwalk the game before. They go to Knoxville and they just think they're going to have a so-so subpar game. They're going to get their bells rung. I think Tennessee's lost like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4, so they're going to be hacked off again. They lost to Auburn by 2 tonight. It was a great game at the end. Sakai Ziegler had a chance to win it at the tail end, but missed a 3. So that will be a good game, this midweek game on that. Matt, when you look at the Southeastern Conference, we kind of saw it in football. And I know it's hard to, as an Arkansas fan, when we watch the football team, and yes, they had the high point against Tennessee, but there wasn't a lot of other high points in SEC play. You beat a lesser Auburn team. You beat a lesser Mississippi State team. Matt, when you look at the SEC and how just up and down it is each week, just like it was in football, I mean, that's just got to be enjoyable to the casual college basketball fan, knowing that you just don't know what's going to happen on any given weekend.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of some of these teams that know what they're doing, it'd be fun to watch. It'd be enjoyable. You're talking about, your Tennessee, your Auburns, your Alabamas, your Floridas. If you're a fan of South Carolina, of Oklahoma, you're looking LSU. Man, that's hard, man. It's hard watching bad basketball. And some of these teams they know where they fit in. And I used to think Arkansas was a top-tier basketball program. I don't know. Maybe we got like a good business school up there, I think, because I don't know that it's tough to watch, man. You're pulling for them. Maybe they can figure it out, but this year, man, it's on to baseball.
Well, so you've got Malik Thomas and Darius Acuff coming in next year, are the out-of-state kids, the really 5-star. Then you've got the in-state kid, Isaiah Sealy, 4-star, plays a little bit of everything at Springdale. Really excited about what he can do. Matt, one of the questions I've been wanting to ask you, and might as well ask you at 11:18 here on Hog Reaction, you got one Arkansas kid on the roster, Lawson Blake, who's a Fayetteville kid, and he's a walk-on. He's got a ruptured Achilles. I mean, I don't know if I can necessarily just point to 100% and say this is why the team's losing. But I mean, I have to think that plays a role. I mean, you look at Kentucky's got a Kentucky kid or two that plays. You look up and down SEC rosters, and while I'm not saying their entire starting 5 is comprised of players from that state where the university exists, I still think that's an important thing. Maybe that's wishful thinking on my part, but even as high profile and as great a player as Cal can get to campus here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, I just still think that's an important piece to the puzzle when it comes to building a great basketball team year in, year out.
Yeah, you want to get your in-state guys, man. If your in-state guys can go, if they can play, you want to wrap them up. That's for sure. The thing about freshmen in today's game is you got to be Cooper Flagg up there at Duke. You got to be Anthony Davis. You got to be Zion Williamson. I think if you're going to bring a freshman in, that's cool. But you're not going to be very good in today's with the way the portal is. You got to have a lot. You got to be recruiting other college basketball players more than you are. I'm not saying don't recruit your high school kids, but if you can get your high school kids to come here and stay for 4 years, then yes, in 2 years, 2027, man, will be really good. But you're not going to win a lot of games with freshmen. And just because the transfer portals, it's made it everybody's. You want your kids to have a couple more college off seasons, but yeah, and you want to get your in-state kids. If you're in, I like Sean Andrews' son as well.
Ooh,
I think
JJ.
that dude can play. Sean was one of the best athletes, not just offensive linemen. So I know it's in his DNA.
JJ can hoop, and he's at my alma mater right now, so that I'm definitely cheering for him. All right, short break here on Hog Reaction. We're going to hear more from John Calipari coming up. Big Z also spoke with the media. Might get a chance to hear from him as well. Hog Reaction presented by Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback and Buffington Homes. We continue after this.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the Hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change, check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
At Bill Wright Autoplex in Russellville,
we know you have many places to buy a car. Our competitive pricing and no-pressure sales team
has made us your premier GMC and Chevrolet dealer in the River Valley for almost 50 years.
Our impressive inventory is changing daily. Shop online 24/7 at BillWright.com.
For a simplified buying process, trust Bill Wright Autoplex. Great inventory, great prices, and an overall great buying experience. Exit 84 off I-40, Russellville.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Fort Smith Public Schools, what we do, our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Takes for 3. It's on the way. Yes! Yes!
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadeau drives the paint. Kicks it out to Brazil. Three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's Everything for Outside the House. This is Hog Reaction.
And we welcome you back into Hog Reaction. Ty Richardson, Matt Jones, and our friend David has called in from Fayetteville tonight. David, you were on Hog Reaction. Your thoughts on the 3-point loss to the Sooners, man?
I mean, I quit watching a ways back. I'm just disgusted with the way our entire sports program's being ran, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
I mean, well, I mean, to me, it seems like, I used to live in Fayetteville, but let's be honest, that woke culture has took over Fayetteville, and that when you got an attitude that somebody owes you something without doing the work, you ain't going to be real successful. I don't care what you do. And that seems to be, I think that's part of their problem.
So you think the woke culture has infected the athletics department and what's happening on campus at Fayetteville?
Well, I mean, I'm sure, all that stuff that went down last year, and I guarantee you that is not that lifestyle that was portrayed in that mess that went down last year on that football team is not representative of the state of Arkansas.
Well, as far as this year's team is concerned, because you've got obviously a new coaching staff and all new players with the exception of Trev. I think here's what I get a sense of, David, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Matt, you jump in on this too whenever you want. Is there's a lot of how old are you?
I'll be 62 on my birthday.
Okay. All right. So you, as a 62 or 61-year-old Hog fan right now, got a chance to witness a 1994 national championship, 2 conference championships in the Southwest Conference, the Houston-Dale Nut Days, 98, should have gone to the championship, 02 championship that Matt was on, 06 championship, Petrino years, 2010, 2011. There's countless other years. Hatfield. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was there for, Lou Holtz, Orange Bowl victory.
Orange Bowl victory, 78 over Oklahoma, Hatfield years, a little bit of Broyles.
The
triplets. Eddie. So the reason I bring all the success stories up there is because that's what you were used to growing up. Unfortunately, that has not been the norm here in the last decade, with the exception of baseball. And basketball, I got to give Musk credit because they went to 2 Elite Eights and a Sweet 16 additionally that. And you're like, okay, this thing's going to start humming. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately, it deteriorated last year and yet a change of leadership. So I understand your frustration, David. It ticks me off to see that the basketball team is apparently making as much money as they are. Cal's making as much money as he is, and they're 1-6 in the SEC. That's frustrating to me. It's frustrating to every other fan listening. It's like only in Arkansas could we have the highest paid NIL budget in basketball and be potentially the worst team in the SEC.
I think Gene Hackman made a movie about it in the 90s called Heist.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I mean, it don't matter football, what a team sports. A lot of times it's about chemistry. I mean, look at that. That highly talented Philadelphia 76ers. I couldn't believe that they couldn't win. And they, they just had so much talent. But there's something to be said about chemistry. That old saying, a team with character will beat a team with talent. We've got the talent. We just ain't got the character. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I don't know if they have enough. Like, when you say talent, I just don't know. You have to bring it in waves. As I keep watching SEC teams, David and Matt, I keep seeing how much more players can be brought off the bench relative to Arkansas's 8 guys. And I know that your lineups shrink when you get into SEC tournament and NCAA tournament, But a lot of reasons they shrink is because you feel like, hey, these guys have been rested enough that we can play them in extended minutes. You're having to play your guys extended minutes now in Madden, and it's not even now, it's prior to that, just because of the injuries and whatnot.
Well, and I think a little bit too that you're fed, and I don't know if it's coaches speak, I don't know if it's media speak, I don't know if we just we got outside of ourselves with expectations, but we're told that, oh, we got these guys that are good, and then you watch them play and you're like, we're not that good.
Yeah.
Like I don't, but so whoever's telling us how good they are, it's like, well, why are y'all lying to us? And so then now I think that's what the frustration is with the fans. It's like, y'all told us these guys are good, and I'm watching them play, and we're not that good.
No, I think that's a good point. So when this was being hyped up by, I would say it's a combination of, two entities. It's the Arkansas Athletics Department of Basketball program, which will just combine as one based on the constant putting out of social media, this guy they added. And then I'll take blame for it because I'm looking at On3, Rivals, 24/7 Sports. I'm seeing where these guys ranked, and Arkansas got ranked, I think, 1 or 2. I got to go back and look. Best portal class, and you're just thinking to yourself, this is going to work. This is going to be great. Again, they have fallen. So, David, by the way, appreciate your call, buddy. 877-377-6963 if you want to get in with Matt Jones and Ty Richardson here on Hog Reaction, presented by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Sawyer Sunrooms. Matt, again, regardless of what your expectations were, like Hunter Yurchek, John Calipari, no one on that staff, anyone within the athletic department could not look me in the eye and say that this team's living up to expectations. They're not. And they're far below where they need to be this year. I think that from a ranking standpoint, you hit the nail on the head. It's like you see all this hype, and like sometimes hype, for example, Cooper Flagg has lived up to the hype. You referenced him earlier. He has been phenomenal this season. Seems like every other game he's throwing down a SC top 10 dunk. He's fantastic. Hopefully I hope Duke loses in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I hope he flounders. But thus far, he's been phenomenal. And then you look at Arkansas basketball with all the money that they've spent and whatnot, and those investments have not paid off at all. So there's sometimes when hype lives up to it, like what's happening in Durham right now. And then, Matt, unfortunately, what happened in Fayetteville is the exact opposite of that.
When I watch, you're onto something, Ty. So when I watch Wagner play, and you tell me if you see this too, somebody has to get with Wagner to get him to know how to hesitate just a little bit, because he has this thing where he goes full speed, and I love it. I'm just saying, let's take your game to the next level is what I'm saying. So he turns the corner, he goes every time. That's what he does, and he can do that. But hey, how about let's add this to your game? Let's add a hesitation. Let's add getting the defender on your hip. Why isn't somebody teaching him this? Because he knows how to get past him. So let's take his game to the next level. And you would think there would be coaches teaching him these concepts that I see. It's like, teach the kid how to do that, because he can do it. And I think he's an extremely good athlete. That all you got to do is let him just translate it to him, convey this message to him, and watch him get to, because there's no reason how tough he is and how physical is that he's not shooting 12 free throws a game. It's because he doesn't have any type of hesitation in the game.
Matt,
so let's get that to him.
I agree. When you get someone on your hip as a guard in today's age of college basketball, it's over. If you're good enough in that area, then you're going to score. I'd like to see it too. Back to the phone lines, 877-377-6963. We go to Waldron to welcome in Big Mike. Big Mike, what do you got for us tonight?
They played defense good enough to win. They don't have no point guard right now with Boogie out, and he's not coming back. You know, I've seen teams Nolan had without much of a point guard. Even my late wife was watching one game one day, and the point guard they had at the time went into the middle, spun around, threw the ball, and then somebody intercepted it, and she goes, "What the hell was that?" And I looked there and said, "I don't know, baby. He's not very good." And they don't have the guys playing point guard are doing the best they can, but I mean, I kept watching them play defense tonight, and I'm going, my God, this is great defense. How are they going to lose this game? And then they did. And I didn't play basketball. I played 21. And who knows y'all know what 21 is?
Oh yeah. Matt, you remember those legendary
21.
middle?
There's no fouls. There's no fouls in 21. My little brother used to be able to leave his arm behind when we'd shove him into the briars. He'd make the shot. That's all I got to say. I'll talk to y'all later.
Thanks, Big Mike. Oh, man. Matt, you remember playing 21 when you were in middle school and high school? I mean, was there anything more competitive when there was 3 or 4 of your best friends and you would try? I mean, like Big Mike said, we called you the softest you-know-what if you called a foul in 21. That's how we used to play.
Yeah, call your own fouls. That's for sure. Man, what was that game on Spike TV called Slam Ball where they'd run down? That's the coolest. That's the game I wanted to play.
We got a chance when I was in middle school at this one birthday party where it was at a trampoline park, Matt, and they had one of those. It wasn't the exact replica, but it was like same concept on like a blow up, and we played. That was like the most physical sport I've ever played, ever in my entire life. I mean, people were getting just destroyed.
I was going to say have an ambulance on duty.
Yeah, luckily no one's teeth got shattered or anything like that. But that is that's a throwback. I love slam ball. It's a great sport. Great sport back in the day. So we were giving praise to Big Z a little bit earlier. Cal had some good things to say about him after the game. Take a listen.
I thought Z did some good stuff. But, we rode guys because they were playing together well. We're up 66-60, and we found 2 3-point shooters.
Yep.
I mean, and again, those are things we just got to learn from.
And it was a balance of, hey, there were some things you did good. Like, I feel like most callers admitted tonight, yeah, they played defense, they tried, but there were some issues offensively. Like Big Z, again, knocked down a few shots tonight, but did foul some 3-point shooters, which you need back. When you look at Arkansas's stat sheet after the game, y'all, I mean, the highest points with John L with 18, but he didn't shoot the ball efficiently. He was less than 33% at that clip. You only got 10 points from Adu Thero, Matt, who's been your most consistent player. He only took 4 shots tonight. 4. I mean, if I'm Cal and the rest of that staff, I'm wanting him to get double-digit shots. I know you've been really high on him. He kind of goes anytime he's the most athletic player. I mean, if I'm Adu, I'm saying if I'm the staff, I'm wanting him to take way more than 4 shots this game upcoming in Lexington at Rupp Arena.
Well, he's our best player, best option as far as he's our most physical guy, all that stuff. So when you're Oklahoma, what do? You say, we're going to go in and we'll let everybody else beat us, but we're not going to let him beat us. So I thought Oklahoma's game plan and the way they defended him, you have to tip your hat to them because if we didn't force it to him, so I guess that's good for Arkansas, but I'm with you. You got to get your best player involved. And it's like having the best receiver in the game and not throwing it to him. And, just because they're double teaming him, sometimes you still got to get him the rock. And I thought Oklahoma's defensive game plan was to let somebody else beat you. And there's a reason Janelle Davis is always open. I mean, leave the dude open.
All right, one more segment here coming up on Hog Reaction, 877-377-6963. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson, rolling along next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyer's has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyer's and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyer's, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker-Neuson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker-Neuson dealer.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer and need a bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your customer buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
I'm still on this game, but Yeah, there'd be some emotion walking into that building and really being in town. Probably get together with some of my friends. They're playing good. We got our hands full, and let's see what happens. They're a good team. Mark's doing a good job with them. So we just got to keep going, keep fighting, keep figuring this out. What does this team look like? What do we have to play like? So, okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
That was John Calipari at the end of the media session with Arkansas and Oklahoma as Arkansas falls by 3, 65-62 tonight. Matt, by the way, we got one more segment after this, as it is 11:47 here tonight. Matt, what did you take away from some of the SEC action outside Arkansas? We got our conference championships in the NFL tomorrow. I'm going to be on my couch starting at about 1:30. Won't leave it till about 9 as we got the Eagles and Commanders, and we've got the Bills and the Chiefs. But what'd you make of the college basketball slate today, man?
Yeah, man, there's going to be some good games. Liverpool won 4-1 today, so that's always good. You got some soccer going on tomorrow that'll be fun. The thing about it is you can look around the conference, but we don't have a seat at the table. And so it's kind of it's like, yeah, I can put this hat on that says, yeah, there's some talent out there, but there's this disappointment that comes to being an Arkansas Razorback fan right now and feeling like that it's not good enough because it's not. I mean, this Arkansas team isn't there's no postseason. There's what was the Barack Obama slogan? Hope, right? That was the thing. It was hope. There's zero of that for this Razorback team. There's zero. So what are we going for? They have to go because they have to. It's kind of like, when the circus comes to town and it's just traveling around and they're just an exhibition and they're just making their money. That's what this Arkansas basketball team is.
Cirque du Soleil, Cirque du Razorback, where they're just
it's a fugazi. There ain't nothing to see. Hey, you look away, huh, man? Hey,
like
close the window, Donnie. You want me to catch a draft?
Oh man, yeah. I think a lot of Arkansas fans feel that way, and it's just. You think about last year. Last year was the worst year of Razorback sports of my lifetime. The baseball team got ejected way earlier than people thought. Football team goes 4-8. Say last year, 2 years ago. And then the basketball team doesn't sniff the NCAA tournament. This past calendar year, a little better. Baseball's team still got beat early, unfortunately. Football team goes 6-7 or 7-6. Jeez Louise. And then basketball, you're just hoping it does better NCAA tournament-wise than it did last year, and we'll see if it does. It's not 100% guaranteed that this team finishes better than the team last season based on what I've seen in SEC play thus far, but you're hoping at least holding out for next year when it comes to this basketball team. Matt, I'm not going to get a chance to talk to you before tomorrow. Who do you like in the conference championship games, man?
Oh my goodness! This, last weekend's one of my favorite weekends of sport. You get so many good football games. This weekend is where it's all about. It comes down to taking care of the ball. It comes down to the quarterback making the right read. What it comes down to not making the great play, but getting us out of the bad play. And so it's kind of really who takes care of the ball the better, because there's so much talent out there. Let the natural ability make plays. Just don't mess it up. Who makes all four of these teams are so well deserving. It's who makes the least amount of mistakes. It's going to come down to 2, 3, 4 plays. Patrick Mahomes has a chance to be legendary. You think of Michael Jordan and his run. The players that he stopped from winning a championship, just Hall of Famers he stopped. Nobody in the history of football will say, we'll take Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes. And Josh Allen's amazing, but if he can't get past them this week, and who's to say who gets back? It's a collision sport. I mean, there's so much going on this tomorrow. It's going to be, just as a football fan, not having to watch the Arkansas Razorbacks play basketball. You get to watch people that are good at their job tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
All right, quick break here on Hog Reaction. One more segment when we return. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson. We continue on next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
Got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the Homestead Tax Credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The Homestead Tax Credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
A new Arab chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
Discover the ultimate adventure at the Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Expo on February 6th through the 9th at the Rogers Convention Center. Check out a vast array of boats by the finest boat dealers in the area. Learn from experts, test out the latest equipment, and gain insight that will take your adventure to new heights. This show is the perfect place to see all the boat brands at the same time and compare. The Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Expo, February 6th through the 9th at the Rogers Convention Center, where your next adventure begins.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
There's an open shooter there, and the three-pointer from John L. Davis is good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, three-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
Back door, and either have it or there's going to be a man in the corner.
That was Cal's explanation after the game with the media about what happened on that final play. Arkansas only down 1 at that point. Unfortunately, Janelle kind of looked like he slipped or fell, Matt, kind of threw it up in the air. A dude tried to go up and get it, wasn't able to, and then Oklahoma ended up scoring down the tail end at that game. It's the final segment here on Hog Reaction. If you want to jump in with myself and Matt Jones, do so at 877-377-6963. Matt, as we wrap up our programming tonight, any final thoughts? Arkansas now 1-6 in the league.
You know, Ty, I like some of our pieces. That's for sure. I think you just got to keep fighting, keep watching film, keep working on your defense, keep understanding the game, keep trying to get better, working your craft. That's all you can do. That's it. Every time the film's on, you're being evaluated. All these kids want to go play basketball, and not the funny thing, but the real thing is these kids are going to make a living playing basketball. It's just not going to be in America. You know, they're going to have to go overseas, and they can make six figures a year. A lot of these kids can. So just keep working it. That's all you can do.
Hopefully get in the gym. I know that's one of your biggest things. It's like after a loss, you get back. I know we've heard the phrase, get back in the lab so many times, but you just hope the guys keep working at it. I know Cal got asked after the game, I think it was Anthony Christensen that asked him, it's like, hey, this might be a point on some teams where they start to fall apart, they start to let go of the rope. I would expect the fact that they play in Lexington next week that they would do that knowing how much this means for their head basketball coach. By the way, Kentucky plays Tennessee in Knoxville prior to that game. So we'll see which Arkansas team comes out next week. Matt, you still got games at home against Alabama, Texas coming in here later this year. You've got to go on the road to Vanderbilt, to College Station, the Lexington game I just mentioned, to Auburn. So this schedule, this was one of those ones you needed tonight, and you just weren't able to capitalize against a lesser opponent.
Close your eyes, people. Close your eyes. It's a car crash on the way. Look away. You know, when they tell you when you're driving by a car crash, don't look at it because you see something you don't want to see. Nobody wants to watch this Arkansas basketball team. It's pretty bad right now.
Yeah, it's not great by any stretch of the imagination. If they pulled it off in Lexington next week, I think we would all be ecstatic and it would be exhilarating. Just don't necessarily think it's gonna happen. All right, Matt, you brought up some soccer earlier. Is there any soccer games on tomorrow outside of I know we got conference championship games that we were talking about. Any big soccer games on tomorrow?
Oh, dude, you got Premier League all day. So City won. Your boy Edward Holling, he's from Norway. He's the Norwegian Terrell Owens in his prime. He just signed a 9.5-year deal where he's making like $38 million. He's making $600,000 a week. So whatever that translates to play soccer is absolutely ridiculous. $600,000 a week for the next 9.5 years is what he signed. No, there's 4 games tomorrow, man. Your boy Zach, he's a Tottenham fan. They play Jamie Vardy. He likes to party. They get to host them at home in London, so that'll be good. Crystal Palace and Brentford. That's another London squad. And then the late one, Fulham and Man United. So no Liverpool. Liverpool took care of business yesterday. They're in first place. All is right in the world.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here on Hog Reaction. Really appreciate everyone staying with us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. So for Matt Jones, I'm Ty Richardson. Again, Chuck and Bo get going at 6 a.m. on Monday morning. I'm sure they'll have plenty of thoughts like we shared with you tonight. You can always listen to this on podcasts as well. Just go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it's the Morning Rush, the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast, the Eastside Liquor Halftime podcast, or Ruskin and Zach's podcast, all of it on hitthatline.com and our Hit That Line podcast network. Matt, get some sleep, man. Good stuff tonight.
Good work.
All right. Again, we really appreciate the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes being a part of our post-game coverage all basketball season long. Until Monday, folks.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me real